if you're here, I want to advise that you do everything within your power to pay attention. If you have your writing materials, if you have someone you want to invite, I'm saying it for the last time, your siblings, your friends, people who are going to be grateful to you for changing their lives. So please do share to them. So officially, I want to welcome you to tonight's webinar. I am Victor Kelechi Kingsley. I'm a Nigerian, Igbo by tribe. I'm the founder and CEO of DEXA. So we are having this webinar tonight to celebrate DEXA's anniversary. Officially, it's supposed to be DEXA's third year. If we're counting from when we announced this company to the public, it's supposed to be DEXA's third year. But today we just want to celebrate our second year as an EdTech. Our website was launched in 2022, September 2022. This is after we've operated for 1 year as just Telegram-based trainings. Some of the people here, I doubt if any of them should be here. If you were with us in our days of Telegram trainings, you will know how far we have come to build and building what we are building, right? And impacting Africa the way we are. So it's something we are really, really proud of, as our team has, grown immensely. Both the team, but the people we are impacting, and then the dream and the vision we have for this company, it has grown substantially, and it is something we are completely proud of, right? So which is why we want to celebrate this year's anniversary in a grand style, and there is no other way, no other investment we could have made. It would have been easy to just go buy a property in the name of DEXA. It could have been easy to go buy a land, to go buy something just in the name of DEXA, but come on, there is not greater investment than the one you make in human beings, right? So if we're able to train between 250 to 300 people in tonight's webinar, so imagine the lives they can transform from their end. So I see we tend to see people as branches. When you train one person, you've equipped that person to train some other persons. And if we can replicate this kind of work and result, we can ultimately, build that future we want for our Africa, right? Within these last couple of days, if you've been attentive to on the internet, there was a post that went viral of a young lady who got a job recently, and then when it was a good paying job with an international client. She's an African lady, I think Nigerian. Yeah, she's Nigerian. And then when the client learned that she was from Nigeria, she was blocked. It is crazy to think the amount of Africans that go through this discrimination, especially Nigerians. And this is because of what a select few have done in the sense of fraud, financial fraud, Yahoo scam, like they would call it. A lot of people are suffering for what a few people have committed, which is not supposed to be so. So one of our biggest dreams at DEXA as a company is to, through tech education, be able to change that narrative. We want to be able to change all of that narrative. We want to be able to make the international community see Africa, see Nigeria from an entirely different light. And this is why we keep training as much people as we can. Because when the narrative goes out that one of the top performing people on Upwork, on Fiverr, on remotework.com and all of that, and Nigerians, is going to send a different picture of us and of the entire young African out there. So this is why we are doing what we are doing, and which is why this tonight's webinar is going to be really, really important to us. So quickly, not to waste much of your time, our speaker has between 30 to 45 minutes to speak, as she wouldn't want to stay much longer than that. So I'm going to quickly bring her up to go straight into tonight's training. And I plead with you, please pay attention. Please pay attention, because the next time you might have the opportunity for this kind of section, you would probably pay for it. So please pay attention, ensure you're learning something, and where you're lost, feel free to ask questions in the comment section. So, Obi, you have the mic now. Please, you quickly introduce yourself, and then let's get right into it.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, okay. Glad to know you can hear me clearly. Thank you, Victor. My name is Mrs. Obioma Ihiono Ubiaso. I live in South Africa, and I am an alumni of DEXA. Okay, so today I'm very happy to be giving back to the school, the academy that helped me realize a dream and a wish I made from the beginning of this year. In January 2024, how people make New Year resolutions. My own New Year resolution this year was that I want to start earning in dollars. Seeing how the economy is going everywhere in Nigeria, even here, so I decided, okay, I want to start earning in dollars, and I think that's going to help me a lot. So I started looking to find ways to start earning in dollars. And when you start looking for something, you're going to find it, whatever it is. It depends on your determination and your drive. So I started making a lot of research. I first of all started researching because I heard about people doing English tutoring. I have a bachelor's degree in English. So I said, okay, why not I start tutoring foreign clients in English? I heard there are a lot of people who want to be trained in English. Then I went further into that research and saw that it was going to stress me out a lot. It required another certificate that I didn't have, which was educational certificate, English education, which is different from what I have. So while I was still contemplating on that particular choice, I stumbled upon a post on Twitter, and there was DEXA, somebody announcing that she just got admitted into the DEXA tuition-free virtual assistance program and bootcamp. And I was like, okay. Although I've been a blogger on Instagram for years, about 9 years, going to 10 years now, yeah, about a decade, I was just doing my blogging and helping people get visibility on Instagram and coaching people on Instagram. I actually never thought further than that until when I made this decision in January. So I just want to give you guys a background story that would help us get a whole picture of where we're going tonight. So when I saw that post on Twitter, I said, okay, virtual assistants, this sounds like something that might help me make money in dollars. That was the first time I decided to research. I said, okay, let me read more about virtual assistants. And then I started reading, and I had a whole lot of information, you can imagine. Then I said, okay, I clicked the link and I went to DEXA website, and boom, I'm in. I said, okay, let's see where this goes. And then that was how I went into the bootcamp. And first, okay, I did HRM. That was the first one I saw. Yeah, I saw HRM program with DEXA. That was the first one I saw in January. So I did that. I finished that, and then I received another email from DEXA talking about the virtual assistant bootcamp. Yes, that was how I got to know about the virtual assistant bootcamp. After I already got certified from DEXA for HRM. Now, when I went in to do the virtual assistant program, I was determined to network, not just to get in there and just learn and go, I networked with a lot of people, and when we finished the program, I decided, okay, what else can I do with this? And I went into my own personal research, and from what the community members were also saying, I heard about Upwork. So you can imagine, I heard about Upwork for the first time this year. Now, to tell you how new I am to Upwork and international freelancer, I opened my LinkedIn account because of DEXA, right? I had a LinkedIn account that was too old. I had forgotten the password. I've not used it for like many, many years. So I didn't know what to do with that one. I had to open another one. Opened my account in February and started posting on LinkedIn in February. Then joined Upwork after that virtual assistant program. I still had no clue what Upwork was about. And apart from knowing that, okay, people find jobs there, and I didn't know how to navigate the platform, what to do, how to get the jobs. I was just studying it like any other app that you would download on your phone. After some time, I got distracted, left Upwork for like a whole 2 months. And then someday I saw somebody's post on LinkedIn that inspired me to go back there. Somebody winning on Upwork. I said, okay, no, I have to take this thing seriously now. That was when I went back there and started to take my profile seriously, did everything I needed to do, followed meticulously everything that I needed to do, and started doing my own research as well. And 4 months, barely 4 months after the opening of my Upwork account, remember I abandoned it for 2 months, but in total, about 4 months, I got my first offer. I got the first offer, and the amount was $3. Hear me well, $3. I said, okay, if I don't accept this offer, it's $3 per hour. I said, if I don't accept this offer, how would I get in? I need to get in and then be able to know everything else that works here, how it works. Let me just take this and see where it goes. And it was in community management. I accepted the $3 offer. Then the next thing happened. My account was immediately suspended. And I said, wow, what did I do wrong? Little did I know that when you get your first job, immediately you accept the offer, they suspend your account and commence the verification process. They verified my account, verified my location, verified my identity, and even used GPS to track my location and everything. So they finished that verification and got me that, gave me the, what you call it, the verified badge, and then released my account back to me. And I started working. I was working and putting in my best because knowing that this app is something that works with ratings, I knew immediately that it was very important that I don't get a bad review. It does not matter how low the rate is. I am determined no client is going to give me a bad review for any reason, because I know that on platforms like this, one bad review will be like a serious issue that you might struggle for life to rise above. Okay, so I have been putting in my best. I still have that $3 job till today, mind you. So you guys have heard through DEXA about the other 2 jobs that I have, that I just got, like in the most recent ones I got. But I've had a $3 job and I still have it. It's still running. Then I got my second offer, which is the one that made headlines at DEXA. Okay, so that was when I said, okay, yeah, now we're doing something serious. And my happiness when I got the second offer was that at least now I've stepped up, and then the next client that is going to come is going to have to top this one. Okay, and then barely 1 week after that, I got this third offer, which is a fixed offer. And this particular client sent me a direct message. I did not send any proposal. And said he saw on my profile that I have a community management job and that he also wants me to manage his his SaaS community. He has a company that specializes in SaaS. SaaS means software as a service. So it's a tech company. Meanwhile, my second offer, which was the bigger one, is also with a tech company. Now, I'm just giving this whole summary so you guys can see how to build up from the ground up, okay? How you go from, because I see a lot of people who start up with their profile and then they put $25 as their rate. Now, that is a big mistake from my experience. If you're just starting out, regardless of the experience you have offline, because it's not going to show in your profile. You can actually attach your portfolios to show what you've done offline, but the clients are going to be judging you mostly based on what they can see on your profile, what you've done on Upwork. So I knew that it's vital to get in first and then build up. So this top client made his offer, and it was a fixed price, which is different from the hourly ones I've been working with. I said, okay, another new experience. Let me see how fixed price ones go. The rate was fine, you know, the equivalent of 100,000 K per week. I said, that's good, let's go. And thought that's how the third one got in the back. And I realized immediately Upwork sent me a message as soon as I accepted the fixed price. They said I have to pay them $5 connection fee, which gets paid to them as soon as I receive my first milestone payment, which is weekly milestone payment. And it's a once-off payment. You never have to do it again if you get any other direct message offer. This payment is about direct message, but if you send a proposal, you don't have to make that payment. But because the client contacted you directly, you have to pay them $5. So now that's the summary of where I'm at personally. So now, based on all my experiences, because aside what I'm doing, I'm also studying the platform of my own and doing a lot of tweaking and a lot of brain work to be able to keep optimizing my profile to keep being visible on the platform. So now I'm going to walk you through the presentation I created for you. I will try to share my screen now. You guys must let me know if you can see my screen. Can we see my screen? Victor, can you let me know if you can see my screen?
I can.
Hello?
Yeah. Obi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you see my screen?
Okay, no, I can't see it from my end yet, but I don't know if there's any participant who can. But I'm going to ask in the comment section, so anyone who can see our screen should quickly comment. Please, if you can see your base screen, quickly comment under the last post I made. If you can see her screen, please let us know. If you can't, also indicate so I can give her feedback. Okay, no one can see your screen actually, so try sharing again.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming up live. You're live now, correct? Nice one. You're live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I just close what I wanted to show? What is it? Okay. Can you guys see my screen still?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. So I will run you guys through the content of what we're going to cover this night, what we're going to try to cover, because I don't want to stay here for too long. It's almost 10 p.m. here. Yeah, okay, yeah. 25 minutes to 10. So first we're going to discuss profile creation. And number 2, profile optimization. Number 3, volunteering and real life experience. Portfolio creation, number 4. Upwork Connect and management, number 5. Filtering your clients, number 6. Cover letters, number 7. Impressing your clients at interviews. Rising above a bad review, and negotiating your rates. So I would want to address the house in 2 categories. I know there are people who are here that are just beginners, they're just starting out. So I make sure I included you guys so you can know how to start and what not to do. And the other category will be people who are already on Upwork but are struggling. Okay, so your own will be mainly on profile optimization and best practices, everything else. So let's begin. So I would want to say this, that I realized rather too quickly that a lot of people are looking at freelancing upside down. Why I say this is because we most times think it's about us and our skills. But on the contrary, I've learned that it's about what employers' pain points are and how well you come across as the solution. So I would want everybody to ponder on this. Think of yourself as the solution to the client's problems. Once you can wrap your head around this, it will change your entire perspective and the way you approach your proposals, your cover letter, your interviews. You are the solution. You are supposed to be the solution. Any client who is on Upwork looking to employ you has a problem that they need to solve. So your focus should be on what is that problem? How can I solve it? So if you can't solve that problem, maybe you shouldn't waste those connects. Yeah, so that's the introductory part that I want you guys to assimilate. And once again, my name is Mrs. Obioma Igiono Obiaso, okay? And I'm here tonight to show you how to get to your bag faster as a freelancer, okay? So let's talk about profile creation. What's the most important element of your Upwork profile, and why does it matter? One thing I want you guys to pay attention to on your profile, especially those who are just starting out, and this also applies to profile optimization. Your profile picture. I see a lot of profile pictures and I'm like, what? How can you have this kind of profile picture and like you're expecting magic to happen? It's all blurry. It's not sharp at all. We can't even make out your face, and it's crazy. So your profile picture, you should treat it as a very vital part of your Upwork profile. It needs to be professional. At least the pose and the demeanor, the body language in the picture needs to look professional, regardless of maybe not. You don't have to be in suit and tie, because you just need to focus on it being sharp and the whole overall look looking like you're a serious human being. That's it. Not that you're going to not be approachable. Look okay, approachable, yet professional. That profile picture says a lot. Okay. Number 2, on profile creation. When you get on Upwork, there is the profile overview that you need to write. Your profile overview, look at it as your storefront, your first impression to the client. This place is so important that whatever you do, when you start to optimize your profile, for people who are already on the platform, when you start to optimize your profile, first thing you have to change is the profile overview, because this is where you load up all the keywords that make you visible on the platform. Now, SEO is not a joke. That platform, the clients come there, they search for keywords based on what they're looking for. For instance, somebody wants to hire an executive assistant, a community manager, a project manager. They begin to type, apart from typing the title of the job, they also begin to type in like tools that are supposed to be used to execute this job. They search for these tools to know who have proficiency in using these tools. So that's why it's important for you to not just to capture the title of the position you're looking for. You should also capture the necessary tools and skills required using the right keywords. Think about yourself looking for somebody to hire. What are you going to search for? Make sure those words are reflected in the body of the profile overview. Don't just go there and be typing randomly, talking about yourself. Because like I said in the introduction, a lot of people talk about themselves rather than focusing on what the client is looking for. So when you type the body of the profile overview, you put in the title. That one is usually a no-brainer. Then you have to put in the keywords to show you're not just a project manager, that you know these tools, you name the tools. Don't just say, I am a good project manager, I am very efficient, and I know how to get the job done. But you did not mention the things you use to get the job done. So you have to say, as a project manager, I am proficient in using tools like ClickUp, Trello, Asana, Monday.com, and I have used them in scenarios like admin management, team coordination. Mention those things that is the reason they came there. So that's that about keywords. Now, what are the common mistakes that freelancers need to avoid when creating their profile? I think I've just mentioned them. Having horrible profile pictures and not using the right keywords in the body of the profile overview. I'm talking about the body of the profile overview. There is, below that, you have skills. Now, these skills are already listed for you. You just need to search and choose them to fill up, populate the column. Now, I'd recommend you go through the entire skills. Make sure you find the skills that match what you are offering and put them in. Those skills are the keywords also that these clients are going to search for. Most times, a lot of times when you don't remember the keywords, when you go to the skill section, you see a lot of them and you put them. Personally, after you see typing in or using the keywords that they provided there, I still think of keywords for the skills on my own and type them in. And sometimes they pop up, sometimes they don't pop up because they're not on the list. So I go with the ones I see. So in this skill section, you should search for the tools again that you're going to use. Now, another thing I want you to take a clue from is when you look at jobs that are posted by clients. When they post jobs, scroll down and look at the keywords that they searched. Look at the keywords that they put there. Upwork will show it to you. Those keywords will guide you in fixing your profile. If you feel that this particular job, it's the kind of job that you want, you can actually take a clue from there to know the keywords that you need to use on your profile as well. So that's that about profile creation. Everything else for beginners on profile creation, I believe you can follow up in the app. Just, the way you just download any app and walk through the interface and see what needs to be done. That's just the basic profile creation. Go through that and do not expect to finish it in one day. Come back the next day when you're tired. Start going through again to see what you missed the last time. Then about your portfolio. Your portfolio has a space on your profile as well. For beginners, your portfolio can be anything ranging from what you were doing offline. If you haven't done any real work offline, this is where you begin to volunteer your services because you still need that. So even when you have an Upwork profile already, before you start wasting your connects, I will still come to explain what connects mean for those who are beginners. Before you start wasting your connects, do something. Do an actual work. Help a family member. Help a community member. Ask around you in your online communities. I hope you're already a member of a freelancing community, or as a member of any of the groups on DEXA or whatever freelancing community you belong to. I have mine. You can, wherever you're comfortable, just make sure you find somewhere to volunteer your services so you can get real life feedback and actual work. Real life feedback. It could be social media management, it could be admin management, email management, calendar management, whatever, customer service. Do something so that when you're doing it, you can take screenshots of what you're doing. use those screenshots, compile it. The simplest way you can make it look nice is to go on Canva and download a portfolio template and use yours to edit the one you downloaded. Fix in all those your screenshots into the templates, upload them as pictures, JPEG, upload them on your Upwork profile. You will see the portfolio section, you have room to upload stuff. So upload them there. That's about your portfolio section. Now, for those who are already on Upwork, we're still on profile, right? This is a part of profile optimization, but I'm just going to touch it a little bit on profile creation. This part is work history. It's directly below your portfolio. Now, when you go to that work history, if you've done any work at all on Upwork, that section does not automatically upload your history if you don't do something to it. You have to go there, click on it, and see if your work is showing, the ones you've done, if it's showing or if it's not showing. If it's not showing, there is a box next to it that you should check. You see the title of the work you did before and your review. And then you check that box and immediately it will be uploaded onto your work history. So now the clients that are viewing your profile can now see it. A lot of times people think that once they've done previous jobs, automatically it's on their profile and they don't even check. So you need to check that to make sure it's reflecting, to help your clients see what you've done before and make their decisions about you. So I think that's where I'm gonna stop on profile creation. Everything else for beginners, you can figure out and use the interface as you go. And we'll talk more on profile optimization, which is next. Yeah. So are we still seeing my screen? Hello? I can't hear anything.
I can see your screen.
Okay, you can still see my screen, right?
Hear me now? I can see your screen from my end.
Okay, great. All right, so moving on to profile optimization. One, what steps can you take to optimize your profile and rank higher in Upwork's search results? I mentioned this during profile creation. That's about picking the right keywords. So whenever you go back to optimize your profile, for those who are already on Upwork, first thing you need to check are your keywords. What keywords are on your profile? If you read your profile overview and they sound elementary to you, they sound too casual, very informal, you will know. So the first thing you need to do, this is like a pro tip for those who are not yet conversant with ChatGPT or any other AI software. You can actually just copy your profile overview as it is there on Upwork. Copy it and paste it on ChatGPT. Once you do that, you put it in quotes and give ChatGPT a prompt. A simple prompt will do. rewrite my profile overview above in a professional, winning manner to reflect my skills and amplify my knowledge or experiences. That's it. Provided you know that you captured all your skills, right? Now, this is one way to do it. You give it to ChatGPT, it gives you a result. Now, you don't just copy that result and go and slam it there. You have to edit it. I use ChatGPT a lot, but I don't know how. I can't speak for any other person. I don't know how other people use it. I know people edit it, but how do you edit? When I edit, some places, AI can just give you something that isn't amplified enough. I am a fan of amplification of strengths. Hear me well. Do not lie about what you can do and what you cannot do. Don't say, I can do this when I can't do it, when you can't do it. Rather, I recommend you amplify your strength. Okay, you have experience in calendar management, in social media management. You consider yourself a good administrative assistant, a good executive assistant. Sorry. How do you amplify that to sound profound and confident? Remember, your client is never going to see you, most likely physically. So the only you that they are looking at is your profile, what you have written about yourself. So this is your chance to sell yourself. Don't be humble. Do not be humble when you're selling yourself. Amplify your skills. Don't say, I am good at calendar management. I am excellent at calendar management. I am exceptional as an executive assistant. My skills are unmatched in XYZ. Those are profound adjectives that you can use to sell yourself. Don't be humble. This is not the time for humility. Amplify your skills. Your energy is going to be what your client will feed off of. What you tell them about yourself is what they're going to believe. Let's leave the fact that you're still going to defend all these adjectives during interviews and the actual work. We're going to get to that. But if you know you can do something, which is what we're still going to get, like if you know how to do this, please, by all means, scream about it. You can also tell this to ChatGPT to say, use amplifying adjectives in writing my profile overview. When ChatGPT generates a result for you and you feel the result is basic, tell it to give you a different version. Like this, create a new version that is more amplifying, more profound, that highlights or magnifies my skills. And it's going to give you what you ask for. And then you work with that. Okay, so that's that about how you write your overview. How do keywords and specialized profiles impact client discovery? I don't know how many people here know about specialized profiles on Upwork. If you know about specialized profiles, please drop some comments in the comment section. Say, yes, I do, or no, I don't. So specialized profiles are profiles within profiles, within a profile. So personally, I have 3 specialized profiles under my profile, right? I have a social media marketing profile. I have the community management and admin and team management profile. I have, what's the third one? I've forgotten the third one. But yes, I have the general profile. Yeah, the general profile is the one that sort of combines the other 2. And like sometimes when I want to send a proposal, I have to choose which profile to send that proposal with. So depending on the nature of the job I want to apply for, I choose a profile accordingly. If this client is looking for a community manager, I give him my community profile. Why do I do that? Why did Upwork enable that? Why is that important? Because in your specialized profile, you can talk just about that particular skill, that particular offering, which can be a direct pain point for a client. So this is where you get to like talk a lot about that particular skill. Instead of putting everything together and having a long list or a long profile overview of everything you've ever done. Because I mean, a lot of us are multi-talented. We have expertise in many fields. Personally, I have HR experience. I have community management experience. I have social media management experience. I have admin. So I have real estate. I haven't even added that one. Real estate management, real estate admin. So if you create these specialized profiles, you get to talk about yourself and what you have done, what you have achieved, what you're capable of in this particular field. You talk about it fully without feeling like, okay, you're running out of words or, oh, you've talked too much. Which client is going to be able to read all of this? That's why you have specialized profiles. It has its own title. You give it your title. I have a specialized profile on community management that says I am an expert community manager and engagement specialist. Remember, we are not being humble. So that's what my title reads on community management for the specialized profile. Then you go to the profile overview, then this is where I use bullet points to highlight everything I bring to the table. So when you list down everything you bring to the table on that profile overview, when you send it to any client, the moment they see it, they know this is what I'm looking for, because that's what they're looking for, that particular skill. You have it all. You tell them specific experiences and projects that you've accomplished in that particular field. Yeah, so that's about specialized profiles. So when clients search for a particular talent, it will bring up your specialized profile that matches what they're looking for. It's not going to bring all of your profiles. It will pick one out of your profile that matches what they're looking for and give it to them. So that's how it impacts client discovery. Number 3, why should freelancers list certifications and how do they affect your credibility? Well, off the top of your head, you already know why certifications are important. You say you can do this thing. How do we know you can? So certificate is the easiest way to say, I have been trained for this. Here is proof. There is a space for it on your profile to upload your certifications. You can upload the ones you have manually. You can also take some courses on Upwork and upload the certificates there. So whichever one you have, there's a space for it. You upload it so the clients can see. Remember, they're not going to see you. You are virtual in most cases. So what you present is the only perception of you they're going to have. So you have to do a great job in showing them what they need to see to help them make up their mind. So I already mentioned using keywords, natural inclusion of keywords in your title, overview, and skills section. Putting it in naturally means when you're writing the profile overview, the keywords should flow in the body of the overview. That's just what it means, natural inclusion. So it can show your profile overview to clients when they search some stuff. Now, I already spoke about specialized profiles and certifications and portfolios. Okay, yeah. So portfolio and certifications are just next to each other there. You need to upload your portfolios. I already talked about how to design your portfolios using your screenshots. For those who have a more elaborate knowledge of the field and a more broad experience, you can make websites, you can create your files the way you want it and upload it, in different ways. People do create websites for themselves to serve as their portfolios. Personally, I don't do websites. I haven't done it. I don't use it. I've created a website using AI before, but I never got to use it. I didn't think it mattered that much, but that's my personal opinion. Because, what I can do on Canva as well serves the same purpose. It's just showcasing what I have done. It's as simple as that. So, but it's up to you to decide how you want to present your portfolio. But I just wanted you to know that you have the option of doing it on Canva and just creating slides, different images and uploading, or doing a website type of portfolio. Okay. Volunteering and real life experience. How can volunteering help? One, volunteering is the best way for an inexperienced person to showcase their abilities and capabilities as a virtual assistant. Some of you are very tech savvy. Okay, let me just say most of you, because for you to even have interest in working online, virtually, for people you can't see, you're already tech savvy. It means it's easy for you to use technology, to use your phone, to use a computer, to download apps and walk through interfaces. So you're already tech savvy. The job is half done. So you can then volunteer those skills you have. Some people, let me bring it down a little bit more. Some of you are your family members' go-to persons for some stuff, for some techie thing. When they know somebody knows they can navigate something, some new app or some whatever, they come to you. What does that tell you? There is something you can do that they can't do. So that's a skill that you naturally have already. And you can use it to volunteer your services. And then take record of it, add it to your portfolio. Take screenshots of you helping your relative who just started a small business. You're helping her post on Instagram. You're helping her draft captions and take nicer pictures and, make videos and put on social media. You are doing this already. Start taking notes of that and screenshots and documenting them. These are things you can easily offer to somebody who is busy somewhere and looking for somebody to help them organize their business social media. At least you can start there and then gain the professional experience you need when you get an actual client. Some people are lazy when it comes to volunteering their services. If you have an opportunity to volunteer or become an intern, an unpaid intern somewhere, and you decide to just stay there for just offer your services for 1 hour or 1 week or 1 month, but you don't feel like, okay, when you're waking up from sleep, you can render this particular service fully and answer every question around it. If you still can't do that and the opportunity is still there, why quit? Keep doing it. If you can afford to, keep doing it until it becomes second skin to you. That way, you also track analytics on how well you're doing. Some of you are managing Facebook pages for your family. Some of you are managing social media, other social media accounts for your family. Are you taking a look at the analytics section? How many new followers has your strategy yielded when you started to help your family member do their social media? Did you take note of the number of followers they had when you started helping them? Did it grow? What's the number? You need to take screenshots from the beginning. I'm saying this now as a social media expert who has been blogging on Instagram for years. Take a picture. I was managing some Instagram accounts for some clients in Nigeria for years. I did that a lot until I discovered Upwork. Now I don't have time for them anymore because they can't pay me in dollars. They can't pay me this amount of money that Upwork is giving me. So I'm not doing that. I've dumped all of them now. But first thing that I did then, always, whenever I take over an account, is to take a screenshot of the profile. Take screenshot of the report, the analytics. You just go to view insights. You go there, take all the screenshots you need to take, and know where the page was when you start. So that as you're progressing, you see, is this page moving forward or backwards? And then research on what you can do to improve it. Once you begin to see results, things are turning green. Begin to take screenshots because it can still go back. It fluctuates. So once it's turning green, the numbers are changing positively. Take screenshots. You need those screenshots for your clients. And then when you're compiling them as a portfolio, please write it down. Make sure your description of each file reflects what is contained in that file. For instance, a screenshot of my Instagram blog, Niger Woman, a screenshot of Niger Woman insights for August to September, August 20 to maybe September 1st, something like that. That's what is reflecting in that particular screenshot. I'm just telling you guys what I do. I have screenshots of my blog, the insights, all those analytics, I use them. That this is the amount of following I've generated within so and so time to so and so time as a content strategist. Now, when you label them correctly, it tells the client that it's not just that you have done something that has visible results. It also tells them that you pay attention to detail, because somebody could just take that screenshot and just upload it and it's showing the date the screenshot was made or whatever tag your phone has given it. But if you remember to change the file name before you upload it on Upwork, it says something else. It helps the client understand the files and be able to use them to make the right decision. So that's that. Why do you need clear project description? That's what I just spoke on now. Project description. Whatever project you're uploading the proof of, you need to describe the file appropriately. What kind of work samples should you include? Work samples should contain screenshots of analytics. Numbers are very, very important. You need to be saying, don't say, I've managed a WhatsApp group, I've managed 2 WhatsApp groups. Say, I've managed 2 WhatsApp groups that with a gross membership of 1,000 people, 1,000 members, 1,000 participants. I've grown a so account. I've managed an account that I built from scratch to 5,000 followers within 6 months, within 4 months on Instagram. These numbers, these are the things that matter. So just saying, I've managed 5 Instagram accounts for my family members, you have said nothing. So you should tell them the visible results they need to see, which will be solving their pain points. Remember, you are the solution. They are coming to hire you because the person that was managing the account before wasn't doing anything visible. You need to bring real change. So showing them in your portfolio the real change you have been able to accomplish with numbers is what is going to make a difference. Okay. How do you showcase measurable results? That's just what I just said. So moving on. Upwork Connects. What are Connects? For beginners, this one is for you. Upwork Connects are like tickets. Call them tickets to entry into a club, into an exclusive club that you need a ticket to attend the show. You have to buy that ticket, right? So that's what Upwork Connects are to your jobs. So getting access to jobs, you can see the jobs, but for you to apply and send in a proposal, send your education to the client that you need this job, you need to have connects. And these connects are not free. You pay for them. Upwork previously gave their members, their users, monthly connects, but I don't think they don't do that anymore. Monthly 10 connects free of charge. So they don't do it anymore. I think they give to just new members. When you join, they give you 10 and then they stop giving you, I think. I'm not sure. This, I stand to be corrected. This you can find out later if they still give new members. But that's besides the point. The main point is that you buy your connect. And for you to be able to apply for your first job, you have to pay some amount of dollars to be able to buy connect so you can apply for the job. It's, I don't remember the exact amount that you have to pay to buy that initial connect, but it's under $30, I think. Or no, let me not speculate. You will find out when you need to apply for a job. So that's that about what connects are. So you use you have specific jobs that you need to apply, and then they demand for a certain amount of connects. You want to apply for job XYZ, they will tell, once you click on apply, now they will tell you 16 connects required, 12 connects required, 9 connects required. If you don't have, that's when you need to buy it. So, and then another important thing about Connect is that you cannot buy Connect from your mobile phone. That's where a laptop comes in. So before you make up your mind that you are serious about getting jobs from Upwork, for beginners, you must have a laptop. It is non-negotiable for 2 reasons: buying Connect and doing the work, the actual work. Some jobs you can do on your mobile phone if your client allows manual time. If your client does not allow manual time, you cannot work on your mobile phone because you have to use your Upwork time tracker, which you turn on as soon as you start working on the job. You turn it on, it takes a screenshot of your computer. Note this. If you don't know this, know it now. The time tracker takes a screenshot of your computer every few minutes. So it takes a screenshot to see if you're still doing the work. If your screen shuts down because you're busy playing with your children, in the cases of mothers like me, or you're busy attending to something, it's better to stop the time tracker so that there is honesty. Your clients can see that you're being honest. That's the reason for the time tracker. Stop it. Go do what you're doing. When you want to start again, you come back and turn it on. That's how this one works. So that's that about Upwork time tracker and Connect and why you need a laptop. How do you manage your Connect to avoid running out? This is important. Listen attentively. There is something called the availability badge on Upwork. You're going to see it. Run as much as your heels can carry you from that availability badge. It does not mean that if you turn it on, the client will find you faster. No. It also does not mean that if you don't turn it on, you will be invisible. No. It's just there for, as far as I'm concerned, for people who have extra money to spend by turning it on to somehow boost their availability, boost their visibility. That's what I believe it's for. But for someone who is trying to manage their connects and not let it run out too quickly and then you start spending the money you haven't made yet, don't turn it on. It doesn't have any bearing to in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't really matter. I turned it on once and I learned the hard way. So now you're learning from my mistake so you don't make the same mistakes. Meanwhile, there is a video on my YouTube channel where I talked about all the mistakes. I actually went through all the mistakes I made one by one and things you should avoid in that video. Check it out later and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make videos there, put my Upwork experience there, whichever one I come across, I record and put there. So you can learn from my discoveries and mistakes. So yeah, moving on. Sorry, before I forget, my YouTube channel is just my name, Obioma Ihiono. That's my YouTube name. Okay, search for it and subscribe. Thank you. So moving on, do not turn on your availability badge for any reason. I've said that. It's not important. Now, buy your Connect only when you want to apply for a job. That's what I do. And it has been working for me. You will get some notifications that your connects are running out. Ignore it. When you see a job, when you go through the job board and you see a job that you really feel you're a match for, that's when You click on it, read the job descriptions properly, and see that, yes, you can execute this job. This is very important to know that you can do this job, that you're a good fit. Not because you want dollars fast. The reason is that if you cannot do that job well, and you don't think it's simple enough for you to learn fast, avoid it. The reason is this: one bad review, and you're not getting any other job again until there's a miracle. So don't rush in to just hang yourself. Apply when you know you can do that job. That, oh, this one, I can do it, and the rest that I can do, I can learn. I am very fast. As a learner, I can learn this fast. If they give me minimal guidance, I will be able to grab it. Okay? And if you feel that this job, okay, this job is paying well, I really need to start applying for jobs like this, but I don't really have the required skills, start upskilling. There were so many jobs I saw that pushed me into beginning to study how to use project management tools that I haven't used before. I started reading about a lot of things. I started reading about copywriting, professional copywriting, and a whole lot of stuff because I saw these jobs on the job boards and I couldn't apply for them confidently because I don't have the required skills. So you start to upskill. Don't stop upskilling. Keep going. You never know the next job you're going to see that you say the pay is really good and that if you have the required skills, that if you apply, you will get it. You never know. So please keep upskilling and then go for the jobs that match your skill set and you're a good fit for, to avoid bad reviews. That's that. Okay. So what's the best strategy for using Connect when you are low on Connect? Just find cheap jobs. I call them cheap jobs because they have lower Connect requirements. I have not totally figured out what actually informs the number of Connect that Upwork attaches to each job, but I believe it has something to do with the amount the job is paying and the client's history. Because the client's history, if it's a high-paying client or a trusted client, as you can read from the client's history, we'll still get to that. It shows that this client is reliable and they hire people a lot. So maybe that affects the number of connects. They push the connect up because they know people will go for it. And if the rate the client is offering for the job is low, if it's too low, it also, I believe it also affects the number of connects required to apply for that job. So look at cheap jobs when you can't afford to buy any more connects. Look for cheap jobs that require very low connects. There are, I think the lowest connect I've seen required for a job, it was 7 connects. I've seen 7 connects for a particular job. So I've seen 7, I've seen 9. But some go as high as 16, 25, 22 connects. And then you have to buy like 15 connects for like $3 or $3.50, thereabout. Yeah, that's for people that have already started using and forgotten how much you have to spend for the initial connects. Okay, so that's that. Moving on, filtering your clients. Filtering your clients. This is a good one. 1 second, I'm getting water. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, filtering clients. This one, if you can see my screen, you see I wrote, go read this on my LinkedIn page. I made a full-fledged post on LinkedIn regarding the filtering of your client. I think the title is No before you apply for jobs on Upwork, know your red flags as a freelancer. Yeah, that's the title of the post on LinkedIn. It's on my featured profile there. So you need to read that post fully because I outlined every single thing that you need to know on how to filter your clients. Because there's an Igbo proverb that's coming to my head, but for the sake of everybody, I'll just leave it. When they're screening you, you are screening them. It's not just you that has something to lose. The client also has something to lose. And it's not every job that you see that you rush and apply for. There are things you need to look out for. The client's history, they put it there for a reason. How long has the client been on that platform? How much has the client spent? You cannot see somebody that has spent $0 and then you go and waste your connect that you use dollars to buy to go and apply for that kind of job. What? No. Once I see $0 spent, moving on, I scroll past. I only apply to jobs where the client has spent a substantial amount of dollars. Because what does that tell you? This client does not just hire people, he also pays them. And it's proof that he has money to pay. Another thing is to check his payment verification. Upwork will write it there. Payment verified, payment unverified. Once you see payment method, once you see payment method unverified, run. Okay, run. Once you see their hiring rate, that's another one. If somebody has been on Upwork for years, let's say since 2021, and they have advertised, say, 20 jobs or 50 jobs, and they've hired only 5 people or 2 people. It's a red flag. And then there's a percentage that shows how their hiring rate is. So if the person's hiring rate is, I usually go for the ones that are above 50%. If the client's hiring rate is 50% and above, it's a good sign for me. And then I add it to the amount of money they've spent. Then I check the average hourly rate they pay. That's another important one. The average hourly rate they pay. Then you match it to the rate that they advertise the job for. Let's say, for instance, they said they are offering for that particular job $5 to $10. And then you go to their history and you see average hourly rate paid $7. But they said $5 to $10. Don't just be greedy and go and put in your cover letter, put in your rate that you're asking. Just go and put $10. No. Because if the average hourly rate is $7, please put $7 for them, or put $6, depending on your level, depending on your experience level. If you're a beginner, you just want your first job, and they advertise $5 to $10, put $5. If you're experienced and they advertise $5 to $10, and you see that their average hourly rate paid on the client's history says $7, put $7. Except when you've crossed that rate on your own profile, on your own work history. If you've crossed that rate, that you've done a job of $10, $15, $20, $35, by all means, put the highest amount. The highest amount they are offering. If you want the job, put the highest amount they're offering. If you on your profile you've done jobs that are up over that, so put that highest amount. Okay, now I want to address this again using my own recent experience. This second job that I got, the highest rate that they offered, they said 5 to 10. I looked at the client's history. I saw $11 per hour, average amount paid. I said, okay, so this person can comfortably pay me $10. Mind you, before this second job, I had only done a $3 job on my profile. That's what showed on my profile. So I said, okay, let me try my luck. I'm going to give them a banging cover letter and then follow it up with asking for $10. I did that. That I believe I can do this job. Yes. And if they interview me, I'll deliver. Yes. Let me ask for $10. I just tried it and bingo, it worked. When he interviewed me, he was very happy with my cover letter. That was the first thing. No, not even the cover letter. He sent me interview questions and he asked a lot of questions, a whole lot of questions. And I answered every one of them. Now, used bullet points to answer all the questions, addressed every single thing that he asked. And then that was the first thing he mentioned. If you look at my profile on LinkedIn, you will see the screenshot there, what he said, that I answered everything as against what he has been getting. So that tells you he wanted people that will answer, address all of his pain points. That's why I'm screaming about pain points. So he sent in an offer and offered me the $10 I asked for, which was the maximum amount he was offering. So yeah, so the amount of money that is cumulative in the total thing that makes per month that you see is the number of hours that I am granted a week. So that's how that one works. So go read that full document, full post on my LinkedIn, so you can see every red flag that you need to know about your client before you apply. Cover letter. Cover letter. This one has a very dicey part of it, a very confusing part of it. Some people will tell you, make your cover letters short and concise and straight to the point. Some people will tell you, use all the allotted number of characters on the cover letter space. I will tell you that be as detailed as possible in capturing your client's pain points. It's not about you, it's about the client. You know your skills. Your client has no way of proving that you actually possess those skills. So, what you would do to help him or her make up their mind faster would be to address every single pain point that they showed or indicated on the job description. Read the job description thoroughly from beginning to the end. Read, don't just scan through the job description. Read it to the end. If it's too long, if you think the job description is too long, move on to another job. But if you want to apply for that job, you better read. Some clients will give you an instruction at the end of the job description, or in the middle, or towards the end, to know if you read everything. They will give you an instruction and tell you to quote so and so at the beginning of your cover letter so that they will know whether you read everything or not. Some will tell you at the beginning of your cover letter, tell me your favorite color. At the beginning of your cover letter, say the word banana, just so they will know whether you read everything. So it's very important that you read the entire job description. You read fully. If you have to write down all the pain points there. If they tell you that they are looking for somebody who is this, who is fast, who is a guru in social media, who is an expert in admin, who pays attention to detail, who all of those things that they mention, write them down, address them in your cover letter, how you're going to make sure those pain points are addressed when you're working for them. When, as your next assistant, I am going to make sure no detail falls through the cracks. No detail is missed. No meeting schedule is overlooked. No community member feels unheard. No sales leads is lost, or you make sure you generate the maximum amount of leads for them. Their customers, as a customer support assistant, you're going to make sure their customers get all their answers even before they ask, or you're going to be able to figure out what the customers want to hear, and just find a way to address everything that they need to hear. That's how you write your cover letter. Now, one pro tip for your cover letter: use a hook line. Go and Google hook line. You can see it on my screen. Hook line and pain points. Your client sees the first 3 lines of your cover letter before he decides to open it, to open your proposal. So he has the option to just read the 3 lines of your letter and just scroll past. I want that to sink in. 3 lines. What does that mean? It means that if the 3 lines are not banging, if they don't capture his attention, if the 3 sentences, the 3 lines that he sees don't capture his attention, he's not opening your proposal. So for those of you, I've gotten this report a lot of you saying that they don't even open your proposal. You're not using hook line. Copywriters call it hook line. That means once you read, you use it also on LinkedIn. If you haven't noticed, on LinkedIn, the part you see before you click see more, that's the hook line. That's the part that convinces the reader to click and read more. So if you're not inspired, you don't know what to do, just copy the job description. And I can't believe, like, this is why Victor said this is the kind of lecture that you pay heavily for. These are pro tips that you have to pay seriously for. You copy the job description. You go to ChatGPT and give ChatGPT a prompt, ask the AI to write you a cover letter, a winning cover letter for this job description, and it will help you. Now, again, like I said before, you don't just copy what the AI gives you and then slams it on there. The client will know. You have to humanize it first. You have to make it sound like you. You have to make it sound perfect. You have to put it the way you want it. If you think it's not enough, change the prompt and ask for a new version. You get the prompt. You can even ask the ChatGPT to give you a hook line. If you think the hook line, the first line is not hooking, that if you are the client, that this line is not going to capture your attention, then you know you have work to do. You figure out what you can tell the client on the first line, or the first, second, and third line to get their attention. Okay, at this point, I am moved to give you some examples of the hook lines I've used. Let me think of one now. Right. From the job description, you will see some clients will tell you, I want someone who can attend to all of my admin work while I focus on growing my business or securing more clients. Then that's a hook line there for me. I will start by saying, imagine someone taking care of all your admin work, paying close attention to details, calling your attention only when it's absolutely necessary, being proactive, and getting the job done. Like when you guys should put this better later. When you haven't asked, imagine Imagine fill in this space. Now, imagine filling the space with the job description, the pain point of the client. Fill in that space with the pain point, addressing it. Imagine happening while you focus on growing your business. Then you end it with, that's what I bring as your next email manager, your next admin assistant, your next executive assistant, your next this, your next XYZ, like that. So if you address that pain point on those first lines, you have the client's attention. That's it. Then, if they don't open your proposal, something else might be the case. Now, I will explain more of things that can affect them not opening your proposal. Maybe your location. If you scroll down, when you open the job description, when you click on apply now, you go down, you will see where they said preferred qualifications. If the client feels anything there, you need to check. Maybe they want location. Maybe they say they want people in Australia, in America, must be in wherever. But if it's blank, they didn't say anything under preferred qualification, then go ahead. But if you ignore that particular one, because when you start write your cover letter, Upwork will actually be giving you an exclamation mark, like calling your attention, caution, that you don't meet this particular criteria. Maybe your location or the languages you speak on your profile, the languages you chose on your profile, things like that. So you need to look out for things like that. And then the amount of people that have already applied for the job, it doesn't always matter, but it does matter sometimes. If you think you're a very good fit for a job, it does not matter the number of people that have applied. Look at the number of people that are already been interviewed or they've sent invites for down there, where they're giving you statistics for that particular job. You will see interviewing maybe be 0, invite sent 0 or 2 or 3. You will know that the client is already working on the application. If people have already sent in maybe 20, 50 applications, but the client hasn't started looking at the application, it's still reading 000, he hasn't started doing anything, then you can still apply, especially if you're a good fit. Because if you're not such a good fit, and then 20, 50 people have applied, and then you're coming to throw in your own on top of the dump, you see, it will really work. So That's about cover letter. And then what rate? How do you determine the rate you put on your cover letter? And how do you choose milestones? That milestone thing can be very tricky. It can be very tricky. I usually avoid jobs that don't have price because some clients advertise their jobs, they don't put a specific price at the top, and then they decide to start negotiating with you or start telling you about milestones and stuff. Well, I don't like uncertainties like that. I just scroll and pass. But then, if you want to put your own rate or milestone, be reasonable. I prefer to be in the middle based on what's advertised. And you can change your rate on your profile if you feel like, okay, I'm putting in so amount here and my profile reads $15. If you want to adjust it to come closer to what you're putting, because what is on your profile, the rate that is on your profile has nothing to do with the rate you're putting in your cover letter. It's all about what the client feels they want to offer, and if they feel that your experiences match a certain amount of money. So that's that about putting in your rates. Moving on, interviews. How do you impress your client? Because this is after writing a banging cover letter, GPT has helped you, ChatGPT has helped you to write a banging cover letter. How do you impress the client during interviews? This time, I've had two clients call. One called me on phone, another one said I should record a video discussing and addressing a list of questions, a gazillion list of questions. And I actually did that. I don't think I will have time for that kind of training ever again. That was a waste of time. A long list of questions. I addressed everything. Still, this guy did not hire me. So, well, that was after I already applied for the job. And then he came in for the interview. He contacted me for the interview. I was happy. And then he sent me a list of questions. I was like, well, we already came this far. Why would I give up now? I had to record the video, answered all the questions. Yeah, he did not hire me. So it's not always all rosy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Then the other one called me on the phone. He was impressed. He wanted to hire me, but I wasn't a good fit. I chose that I wasn't a good fit. Because, like I said, I am never going to allow any client give me a bad review. That implies that I'm not going to accept any job that I can't do well. Now, what's this job that I rejected? It was paying well. It was going to pay well. It was $10 as well. But it was a community management job for a group of mathematicians, advanced mathematicians. I don't like maths very well. I don't it takes a lot of time for me to figure anything out in advanced maths. So I wouldn't be my best possible, self if I am a community manager for a community that is for advanced mathematicians. What would I be telling them? I have no idea what they're talking about. So that would be a waste of my time and I wouldn't fit in. So I politely told him, no, I don't feel like I fit into this. I have seen your community. I can't do it. He said, but it's not you that will be doing the math questions and stuff. I said, but your job description says I'm in charge of the community. I will be, bringing updates, moderating discussions, doing a whole lot. But the discussion I'm moderating is advanced maths. How am I supposed to be moderating discussions that I don't know what you guys are talking about? It makes no sense. So I said, no, I'm moving on. I'll find something better. So this is because what you say when you're going may not be what happens when you're leaving. So I don't want him to end up being pissed at me and then giving me a bad review on Upwork. So I moved on from that. So please, during your interviews, whether it's on the phone, on video call, on chat, exude confidence at all levels. Like, answer your questions confidently. This is a no-brainer. Remember, it's a 50-50 chance. It's either you get it or you don't. So nobody's going to die. That's what I always tell myself. So don't panic and take your time. For interviews, please take your time. That you're going to get hired does not depend on how fast you answered his questions. You will see Upwork notification telling you you have a message from a client. Congratulations, good news, exciting news. The client contacted you, and then you jump in and immediately open the chat and start answering. No. Go through the questions, the chats from your mail. You will get the mail, and then you see the chat inside the inbox, inside the Upwork messages. Just check the one in the mail to see if he shows you all the questions and whatever he's saying. You look at it and prepare yourself. Call somebody if you have to. Send the questions to ChatGPT to get good responses. Do something, but make sure you can defend your responses when you actually begin on the job. My biggest job so far, the second one, I started answering his questions 1 hour after he dropped the question. I had to prepare. So don't rush. Ask your client questions. Now, what kind of questions do you ask? Ask questions to show how you are the solution. Remember what I said in the beginning? I said, see yourself as the solution. So that's why you should be asking the client, what are your biggest challenges that you're facing? If it is not already stated in the job description. But if it's stated, everything is stated, you can ask if there are additional things that he's dealing with that he wants you to handle, with the pain that he wants you to be a solution to. What is it? And then he will tell you, oh, I'm really choked up on work. I really want somebody to handle all my files. I really want somebody to handle all my presentations. And then that's where you begin to tell him, if you have a story about the last time you designed a presentation, how amazing you did. Meanwhile, I think this is the time for me to let you guys know that the presentation you see on my screen is the first ever presentation I've ever done. And I started doing it today at around 4 p.m. Because I needed to organize what I'm going to talk about. And I went to where? Canva. I went to Canva. This is my first presentation ever. Just before you start thinking I've been doing this for years, no, you can learn anything and you can get good at it and you can do it well. I'm sure you guys have seen my screen and I'm sure you think it looks good. Yes, I used a Canva template and I organized my thoughts, edited everything, and voila. So whatever you don't know how to do, learn. Research. Ask Google. Ask ChatGPT how to start. Go on Canva. Look for templates. Try something. Don't fold your hands and expect knowledge to fall on your head. No. Get up and do something. So after asking questions about your client's pain points, you need to emphasize on the solutions. Emphasize on the solutions. How your skills can solve each and every one of his pain points. Last point, honesty. Honesty doesn't mean you just tell him that you've never done anything in your life, that you're just trying to come and use his business to gamble. No. Amplify your skills, but don't lie outrightly. Do not lie outrightly. And anyone that you feel like you want to claim that you can do, be ready to start learning how to do that as soon as you drop that call. So you can at least have some knowledge. Not that when the person says, okay, open your ClickUp, and then you're like, where do I even download this thing from? If I download, how do I open it? What is that? The trailer, what does it even do? Like, what's Monday.com? What does it do? No. As soon as you say you have personal experience, not a professional experience. Okay, let me tell you guys how I present myself on things that I've not done before. I just tell them, although I've not used XYZ tool professionally yet, I have been playing with it on my own. I have practiced with it on my own. That way he knows that I am not coming with an expert service on that particular tool, that he has to teach me, he has to train me, there has to be some guidance. You need to let them know upfront. But there is a way you do it, which is what I just said. Don't just say, have you used ClickUp before? No, sir. Oh my God. Don't do that. Have you used ClickUp before? Although I've not used it professionally yet, but I've been practicing with it on my own. I've played around with it on my own. It tells him immediately that you don't have a professional understanding of the tool. That means he will prepare himself to teach you. Yeah, so that's that about interviews. Negotiating rates. How do you negotiate your rates? I already addressed this in the beginning or in the middle. One, you start low and then you build. I saw somebody's profile. The person has $25 on their profile and they haven't done one job yet. Wrong. You start with $5 on your profile. If you think you have banging skills and experience in your portfolio, you can increase it to $7. They will still take a look at it. But don't start going to $20 and $25 and $15 when you don't even have a whole job yet. You're not verified yet. Nothing. So start low, then build. Guaranteed, when you start low, take the whatever low offer comes first. The next one that is going to come after it, make sure it's not the same amount, that it tops that one. So that the top client is going to respect you and see that you're building. You can see your growth process. Somebody was collecting a ridiculous amount at the end of the month for so many jobs. That story pissed me off. It made me so angry that they took advantage of her. Please don't let that be you. I know she will never make that mistake again, but do not allow clients to hold you down with ridiculous prices. If you have done that entry job of $3 or $5, you've gotten in, then you get verified because first job gets you verified. Once you get verified, next job should top that initial amount. The third one should top the second one. You keep going like that, or something in between. You can now juggle, but do not collect something low and then something lower, or something on the same path, first and second time. No, that progress is important because it's showing on your profile. It's what is going to prove your value to your future clients. Very important. Every proposal should guide your rates based on the client's budget. Yes. If you feel that this particular job, that the rate is same rate as the first one you've taken, which you now want to rise above, just jump and pass. But if the proposed rate is within where you want to fall in at a particular time, let that guide you. I said it before, put yourself in the middle. They will say $5 to $8, $10 to $15, 15 to 20, 10 to 25. Put yourself somewhere in between based on where you are at that particular time. To help you rise above the competition, remember, other people are sending in their cover letters, they're putting in their own competitive rates as well. So bear that in mind. So your rate will help the clients make up their mind, because remember, they also want to save costs. So if you are a good fit and your rate is right, there's no reason why they will not hire you. Number 3, keep your rate in the middle. Yeah, so I just covered all of that. And next, finally, we are at the end. So here are my conclusive remarks. I said, join a community, participate actively. Joining a community, I cannot really overemphasize that. It's so important because you get news, you get opportunities, you hear people's personal experiences, and they will guide you in making your own decisions when the time comes. You hear people talk about their mistakes and you correct yourself. You see people share their cover letters that they use. Like I shared the cover letter and the interview questions, the interview response that I used to land my biggest gig. I shared it in my community, so everybody learns from it. So be in a community, keep upskilling. I am still upskilling, even while I'm doing all this work, because I'm still eyeing some other ones. So I'm still learning. Learn about new tools based on what the job you want to land next. Make sure you know all the tools used in that particular field. Volunteer for beginners, please. Volunteer and master your skills. And approach the market with confidence. Once you have the necessary skills, the next thing is confidence. So you can scale your interviews and impress your clients further. So I can't wait to hear your testimony. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, DEXA, for having me. Now, if you have questions, I think, what time is it? Oh my God. 3 minutes past 11. I will take a few questions. Do we have questions in the comment section yet? Victor, can you please help us coordinate the questions? I will take just a few questions. My community, I promised them I'll be hosting a Q&A session on Sunday for them so that they can ask me different questions that they have. But if we don't have too many questions tonight, I believe that will cover it for everybody because my community is also here. But if we have too many questions, then I'll take the much I can and we'll carry it over to Sunday. Those who want to join the Q&A section, they are welcome to join. Remember what I said, check out my YouTube channel, Obioma Iyono. I drop and document all my Upwork experiences, freelancing experiences and advice, life advice and everything over there. Check it out, subscribe. Follow me on LinkedIn. I post steadily regarding this business and everything else that matters in the freelancing world. Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Obioma, for the wonderful section. Please, before I go ahead, confirm if you can hear me.
I can, yes.
Okay, right. Thank you so much for giving us about 2 hours of your time, approximately roughly 2 hours of your time. Yeah. So this is sacrifice. I believe nobody who is online now is taken for granted. So this is what I'm going to suggest. Since you have something planned for Sunday, so I'm going to suggest they drop the questions for the sake of time, because I believe most people would already be logging out, and also to have a quite booming section on Sunday. So I'm going to advice, because I've given a tab for people to drop questions. So everyone should drop their questions, and people who need answers should show up on Sunday. How do you see that?
That's great. That's fine by me.
All right. So share. You would share the link to the platform where the Sunday section would hold, and I would publish that, and you can take it up from there.
Yeah, sure. I'll share with you. Then you can publish. Thank you.
Okay, very well. So thank you so much, guys, for showing up. For people who had issues listening from the beginning, the session has been recorded. It's going to be published, and you can watch at your own time. So thank you so much once again, Obi. You've been an amazing woman. You've been wonderful, and at DEXA, we are completely super proud of you. This is me sending you greetings from the entire team. And on behalf of the team, I want to say we are proud of you, and we can't wait to have more and more and more of people like you from the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for everything.
Yeah. Okay, guys. For tonight, we are calling it a wrap, and we are hoping you're going to implement everything that you've learned from this Amazon tonight. We're hoping you're going to put everything to work, and send us all of that success story, because each time we get good news from students on what they are doing with the knowledge they have gathered, it just strengthens our resolve to keep doing what we are doing at the scale that we are doing it and even more, right? So please don't just learn, don't just accumulate knowledge, start putting them into good use. Optimize your profiles, apply for those jobs, buy connects if you need, do what you need to do. There are jobs and they just need people to do them. So on a light note, do have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Good night.